glass, and rolling on and got me too. But the children walk farther from the shore. And they want to pay. Again, they were but a great love is love. Nighttime come, now I'm headed for home. Poor fisherman, no more alone. The woman come down and she paid me hand. At least he saw me sleep for the smell of land. You gotta pull them out. To cut sugar cane. So don't let anybody believe that Indians came to Barbados to sell cloth and other goods. And there is a particular name that you can't call those people. It is not a nice name nowadays, not considered a nice name. But what is the name that we used to call Indians? No. That was the official term. The British called it police. So we call them police too. And they went around with suitcases, and then with bicycles, and motorcycles, and bags, selling things. So my mother used to take goods from the coolie man, chairs. And I'm sure that not some of us who chairs here have this chairs goods from the coolie man. So they serve a useful purpose. And we have a song about them. Right, and here's the song. The coolie man house of fire, the coolie man run away. We bring the police and bring fire to out the fire someday. And we go down to load and one, and we go down to load and two, and we go down to load and two. The coolie man was in New Orleans, stopped there by the credit ground. And we go down to the one, and we go down to the two, and we go down to the three. Thank you. And by saying, we used to sing about everything that happened in the village, right? And we used to go to church as well. So people, the big people would go to church and they would sing, songs like, what? Give me some. I love him better every day in wine. I love him better every day in wine. So by his side, I will love him. I love him better every day. One more time. I love him better every day in wine. I love him better every day in wine. So by his side, I will love him. I love him better. go and look through the window and watch the TV. Only one channel, Channel 8. So we were not an electronic society as for telephones. There were only black telephones. Y'all ever see the black telephones? Right, there's one there, look. The old time black telephones. Right? Like it's for sure. And you line up to get the telephone call. And don't think about overseas calling yours. You would have to ask somebody for a phone call and call the operator and tell them you want to speak to your aunt in Canada. And 2 days later you get your aunt connected with you. Right? So those were the days, right? And our people were still happy. We sang, as I said, we went to work, we cut sugar cane, we went to see the Kuliman film and brought us goods, etc. We went to the church and thank the Lord for being merciful and gracious to us. And then when we went to sleep, we went to sleep, and we would make you wash your face and hands before you go to sleep, all the little children. And you sat down and said your prayers. I bet you all don't do that nowadays. Right? And here's a lullaby that people would sing. Go to sleep, lady, go sleep. I have gone to ride. Rain come back, go to sleep, lady, go. One more time. Go to sleep, lady. And America. We had people like Mr. Barrow went off to England and studied and came back. Then came back and became a lawyer. Now how many here want to be lawyers when they grow up? All of you? Well, that's not bad. Good, like Mr. Barrow. You know who Mr. Barrow was? What? Father of independence. When he came back from England, he formed his own party, Democratic Labour Party. And it was the Grantley Adams Barbados Labour Party. And were fighting one another in Parliament. You know how Mr. Owen Arthur and Mr. Stewart contested one another now. We were part of a federation. We were part of a federation called the Federation of the West Indies, 1958 to 1962. Nobody in here was born then, not even the principal, 1958, right? But I know about the federation. We were together with Jamaica and Trinidad, St. Lucius and Vincent, Grenada, Antigua, Montserrat, St. Kitts, have I left out any? Dominica? All of us were in the federation. And then the federation broke up. You have the Lucians in here? The Lucians and the Vincentians and the VNCs? Right, we were in the federation with that. 1 from 10 leaves 0. Yeah, and then so. If you have a federation of 10 units and you take away 1, the federation no longer exists. It is 0. That's some strange arithmetic, you know? But nonetheless, it meant. So next year, Trinidad will be 50 years independent, and so to Jamaica. So we were left on our own. And then Mr. Barrow decided, look, you know something? I'm going to go for independence. I'm going to go to independence room, right? So they look around, a small country like Bajan, independent, and Mr. Barrow said, yes, look, we have sugar cane. Then he said, look, what else? We have people doing fishing. And by that time, tourists were coming to Barbados. We were getting a lot of tourists coming in the 1950s and 60s. Right? And the Deepwater Harbor was open. Y'all know the Deepwater Harbor? In 1961. So people were getting jobs now. They didn't have to go and cut sugar cane till they burned their hand. They didn't have to go and do fishing. They could go and work in the hotels, and they could work at the port and there was more jobs for everybody. So with that, Mr. Barrow said, I'm going to independence, right? So we were at school. I was at school then. I was at a school called the Law School, and we debated whether we should be independent or not, and we heard this national anthem, and we analyzed it and criticized it, and that didn't matter. November 1916, and we had an election, and Mr. Barrow won against the Grantley Adams. You know those are two national heroes, right? Right. So Mr. Barrow had to go ahead now to go to independence. So it was put on Wednesday the 29th of November that you would have everything coming together. Why Wednesday the 29th? Because, yes please.
It's the day before independence.
So how do you get independence on the 30th of November if you start the ceremony on the 29th? Yes, sir. I'm back on the 29th of November, 1966. Why was Independence Day the 30th of November? Come on, you children. This should be a question, a combination. Who had,
Because the nearest day is the 30th.
the nearest day? Okay, but how do you get from the 29th of 1 month to the 30th of the same month? Come on, children. Yes, sir. Yeah, keep it around. You. Thank you. Thank you. Let me show you. Okay, you know, this is a very wet month like this. Rain every day. So we are up there. I was up there. You all know Bajan, Maxingo? Right. Fingal and I were in the law school cadets, and we were marching, right, and saluting, etc. And then came the Lord Bishop, and he said praise for Barbados, and the Muslim community said praise for Barbados, and the other people said praise for Barbados. And then Mr. Barrow stepped forward, right, and Sir John School, the governor of Barbados, a white Britisher, stepped forward, and there's these two flagpoles, one here and one there. And at 11:58, let's begin to sing. God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save her. They sang it for the last time, so it's now 11:59 and counting. And these two fellows are here. And the landship play. Boom, 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 boom. Right. And the band plays. And then with 10 seconds to go, everything stops. And everything is quiet. And these two fellows start doing so. One is pulling down the Union Jack, and the other one is pulling up this flag. And we had not seen this flag before. Right? And they cross one another now, and everybody is roaring. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, midnight! And they turn the lights off for 2 seconds. And you turn it back on, you are 30th of November, 1966. And there, up there, what do you see? Blue, yellow, and black. Put it down. Blue, yellow, and black. Put it down. Blue, yellow, and black. And we stood for attention, and we sang. And what did we sing? Huh? Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And the police band started up. Drums are ready. Drums ready. Put these drums here. By the center, quick. Come on. So we were part of the independence. I was part of the independence. And later that day, we sang the song. It begins with God. God bless. Let's sing it as we pretend we are not there. 1, 2, 3, 4. God bless you. right? And them say, right, Jamaican say, we money now worth nothing. A Jamaican dollar worth 2 cents American, right? The American dollar is 85 cents, $85 Jamaican. We should have stayed with the British pound. Right? And they say that. And then some of them are very annoyed that they were independent. The Guyanese now, the Guyanese are very annoyed that they became independent. Lots of Guyanese have left the country. Half of the population of Guyana has left and they're still leaving. They come to Barbados, they go to Trinidad, they go to St. Vincent, they go everywhere throughout the Caribbean because they're not happy with independence. We were barefooted. Yeah, I know girls and boys were barefooted. We only had one pair of shoes and that was to wear church. And some people had pension pumps. And no socks. Anybody remember those days? Remember those days? The principal, remember those days? Right, the teacher back there? And now, nobody in Barbados goes to school barefooted. Nobody. So we have become the New York of the Caribbean. People want to come to Barbados. We've made a success of independence. And let me tell you, every year I go to Jamaica to mark CXC, which you will do when you reach 15, 16, 17. I spent 3 weeks in Jamaica and we were marking CXC and Kid. All of your teachers have done CXC. So I would have marked them if they did history. Right? And when we're coming down on the plane, we leave Jamaica and the plane is coming down, right? Jamaica is blessed there, so it's coming down this way east to Barbados. It stops in Antigua and we become the Antiguans and it's Citation, etc. And then it comes down. And it's coming down and the next stop is Barbados. And past St. Lucia. And the pilot says, okay, ladies and gentlemen, in 30 minutes we'll be landing in Barbados. I want to thank you for being with us and travel next time on Caribbean Airlines, right? And 20 minutes later, we come down and we see our cement plant. And slowly, you know how the planes come around? Down the west coast, and they go down to the harbor, and they go out for a mile, and then they line up the airport. And when they line up the airport, we can now see usually night time, and we can see the lights of Bridgetown, and then we start seeing the garrison Savannah. And we say, fellas, Bajans, on the plane, 1, 2, 3. And we say, 1, 2, 3. I say B. I say yeah. You feel hooked, and the plane has landed in Barbados.